Hi, good morning. Welcome back to Angelic Tarot 123. I'm Kat.
Steven.
And I'm going to embellish on his last video's story. So, if you didn't watch it, the last video was about Steven's personal experiences.
With astral projection.
Yes, and I'm going to tell alien encounter stories that have to do, one with astral projection, and then the second one was physical here on Earth in real time, like it really happened, and we'll start with that. So,
Story time.
Yes it is.
I love story
As he
time.
said, sit back with a cup of coffee and grab yourself something to
Story
munch
time.
on.
Guess we should just do story time.
Yeah, I love it.
Tarot's already over.
Angelic story time.
1, 2,
Yeah,
3.
1, 2, 3. All right, so we had just moved up here to Raven County, and we had a house that was up on top of a little mountain, you know. And it was a celebratory time. It was like springtime. It was beautiful, beautiful weather. We knew it was going to be a full moon, you know, so we invited.
Like I said in the last video, it was Easter.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah, it was right after Easter. Yeah,
exactly
it was like
1 week after Easter.
Yeah, and this was 4 years ago. So we invited a friend to come up, you know, and spend the night, his brother. And for that purpose, we'll just say brother. So brother comes up, he stays the night with us, you know, and we're outside. We had cooked out, you know, some baked potatoes and Boca burgers, veggie burgers. We don't eat meat, but we had eaten and we were out and we were enjoying the full moon, just really enjoying this night. The stars were all just so bright. It was gorgeous. It was like right at 10 o'clock at night. It wasn't even late, you know. It was wonderful. Like we're all standing on this hill looking at the moon. And brother says, you know, I bet you could just pull the moon. Steven says, well, I know I could if I had to, if I wanted to. And jokingly goes
we were just playing around, having a few drinks.
So jokingly lassos the moon, just like in Bruce Almighty kind of, and, you know, goes to pull. And we're like, oh yeah, come here, because it looked like it was moving. And it got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And like so much so that brother takes his shirt off and runs into the woods believing he can find the moon. He's going to get it. So we start to search for brother. After about 10 minutes, we figure brother's a grown man.
We had made a huge bonfire.
Yeah. Well, we figure brother's a grown man. He'll find his way back. So he comes, like we see this white thing way past the bonfire out in the woods. And it looks like it's glowing, you know? And I'm like, what is that? Steven, do you see that? What is that? Is that brother? I almost said his name. Is that brother? And he's like, holy crap, he's so pale. He's glowing. But no, he really was glowing. And like, very, like not speaking, nothing. He had nothing to say. So he comes back towards us, and Steven decides he's going to take brother and figure out what just happened. And they go off into, you know, the top part of the hill. And I lay down on the asphalt because it was so warm and it was so beautiful. And I just wanted to look at the stars without craning my neck. Well, as I'm sitting there, now right beside this asphalt is the wood line where it becomes even more of a mountain. We're on a flat part, but there's a bigger part of the mountain.
Black Rock Mountain.
Yeah, it goes way, way, way up there.
GPS.
And I feel what feels like if you have ever been near a stampede of horses, and yes, I have. I'm country as hell. It felt like horses or cattle or something so intense stomping, and I mean like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. A full herd stomping right next to my head. The whole earth was shaking, and I could feel this wind that hit me so hard. I was so scared because right above me were these things that were flying, that were bigger than anything I had ever seen in my life. They had glowing eyes that were just huge saucers. I mean, like, dude, it was insane. So I turned my head and put my face onto the cement. I was so scared. I didn't want to look at them. And I'll be damned if there weren't more of them running in the woods. They don't only fly, they run. They do everything. They can do anything. Okay, so I'm freaking out, but silent, not saying anything. They hadn't posed any threat, but they were coming down from the sky to me and running right beside me. Sorry, I get a little intent.
It was a crazy experience.
It was the scariest thing I'd ever experienced in my life at that moment. And brother and Stephen, of course, they heard.
We were about
I'll let
50
him tell
feet
his
away.
side at this point. No, just say
we
where
were
you
about 50 feet away when the stampede came through.
Was it? Did it feel that way to you?
No, it was. They were all flying to us because they
All
flew right past us. That's what. So here's this hill on top of a mountain, and that's where the bonfire / grill operation was going down, and we thought at first they were owls, and then all of a sudden these like horse-sized beasts came flying past us. In such a number that I honestly believe Kat was about to get abducted by aliens.
And
the rest is her story.
It felt that way. It felt that way.
It
felt
was
very
the
scary.
scariest thing we ever went through.
It felt like they were surrounding me. And I could see them coming from the sky, and I closed my eyes. And before I could open my eyes back, I could hear my husband screaming, "Get the fuck back!" like literally commanding.
We're running for
Get back! Get back! Get back! And they're snatching me up, telling me, "Get off the concrete, get up, come on, let's go." Are you stupid?
And
Are you crazy? And Stan gets me up, and I see Steven in the wood line next to the mountain, commanding them, telling them, "You do not ever do that unless I let you do that." And he didn't even know where this was coming from. And I'm, at this point, they left. They were flying away. They were leaving.
It was pretty weird.
So I bowed to them. Brother and I both bowed to them because we knew immediately this is not from this earth.
And then I cussed them out for an hour in some kind of trance. This was a week after the story that I had earlier.
Yes.
It's a story that must be told.
Yes.
Because we don't know any more than the story being told as we experienced it, other than it was a trance experience, and this, I'll keep that. Yeah. Sorry, I did not mean to interrupt. This is a good story, right? A good story.
So then, obviously, they left, we thought. So, as you would assume, this night was very eventful for us. We decided to go inside. We get inside. We each, I think we probably smoked a joint or something to calm down. I'm not sure what it was, CBD.
We were freaking out.
We were freaking out.
It was just like in a movie where they have some kind of extraterrestrial that's so intense. They're doing like, that's kind of what it was like. We're like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Yes. And my brother was still glowing.
And we didn't understand what was going on necessarily at the time. We hadn't equated this necessarily to alien. We're thinking Sasquatch. We didn't know what owl squatch.
They look like giant Yetis. That's what I thought they were.
But with wings.
I thought they were Yetis. I was the only one that was standing, and they were. They look like the description of what you would call seraphim.
It was intense. So
like giant
we're inside,
winged bird.
And we spent a couple of moments inside, a couple of hours, trying to calm down, and eventually we all decided to go to sleep. Brother didn't speak to us really again for the rest of the night. Matter of fact, truth be told,
we haven't seen him since.
Brother left before we woke up, and we haven't seen him since.
I mean, he's still alive.
We know he's alive. He just does not speak to us.
He's not talked to us since then.
And from what we understand, not really. He's pretty introverted. He doesn't really talk to anybody anymore.
He was our last friend.
Yeah, all of his friends too say that they don't really know what's up with him. So, so needless to say, we lay down. Now we have a window right next to our bed in this house, and it was strange. She's like, this house had like our bedroom was basement, so this window was ground level. You know what I mean? Like it's like literally, if you were to open it, you would have to crawl straight onto the ground. It was that low. And I saw eyes outside, just like you hear in all these stupid extra ET things. I'd always thought were just like, oh, that's so typical.
It was real Hollywood.
It really was. There were eyes, like huge, glowing
but beyond
eyes.
Human, your wildest imagination.
But the sound didn't come from a mouth. It came into our heads. Yeah. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you,
I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you.
Thousands of voices. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Not speaking,
I love you.
But
it just kept saying it over and over and over and over.
Hours.
Loud enough to where all three of us heard it.
All of us heard it.
I love you, 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 I love you.
Open the door outside or open it. No, you couldn't hear it outside. You could only hear it in. And it was so wild. So that was extraterrestrial story number 1. Extraterrestrial story number 2 is astral projections.
Oh, yeah.
So, he has taught me a way to astral project, which I will never disclose, ever, because you don't stick around here. And it was pretty intense. A little more intense.
I don't think it's for everyone.
Yeah, but it's a very unique way to do so, and it does take 2 people. And he trusted me enough to actually take me into where he goes for his astral projection. Because when I astral project, it never crossed my mind to go to other planets.
I'm going to be honest with you, it is totally new to me, the way that we
had done
where it went and how it went there. Yeah. It was almost like I was more or less on a beam or a rope.
And then he was just kind of like, I was just following him. I could see.
The times that I have astral projected alone, there was Sharpie face with me, but that's a story for another day.
Yeah. So, he and I intentionally decided to project ourselves into the ether, into the universe. We wanted to see other planets with other life. And upon first, going through cosmos and seeing galaxies, and I got to peer, which I know that sounds very strange, but it's almost like there's like a curtain almost. And as you're coming up, it just kind of
sort of like the same thing you guys see channelers do with Earthlings.
You can see in there, but you're not in it. But you can see inside and see what's happening, and then you can decide whether to go in or to go to the next, and then peer. It's very hard to explain. So, anyways, I peered at this one place, and it was a whole planet that was literally one lotus flower, all tucked up, and as it expanded out, you could see buildings and all kinds of stuff, structures, mountains, all this beautiful, beautiful stuff on there. And it was like it was breathing, and it would open and close, and everything that was within it, I don't know what the people or the life forms would look like, but it was such a serene thing that actually hummed a sound I could hear. The flower planet made a sound. I could hear it. So we went past that. And somehow I kind of had lost my chain. I was holding on to Steven so that we could see the same things. We wanted to go to the same places. And I almost let go of him looking at the pretty flower. I was so distracted by the flower that I jerked. And when I did, we were inside some type of alligator lady's bathroom. Not even joking. And she was like, ah! and like trying to cover up
it's
all
almost
of
like
the
we were as shocked about it as she was, Once again, very Hollywood.
Yeah,
We pop into somebody's bathroom,
y'all. They have seen some
naked,
shit.
but it was a naked alligator woman.
Yeah, and she was so like
in a shower,
man, like if
just
you
like
were to see a tarantula,
just like your shower.
In your shower,
It
like
was a
you're
home, just like
shampooed
our
up,
home.
And then all of a sudden you turn around and there's a fucking tarantula about to be on your back. That's the fear I saw in that woman. And it wasn't just because there's a stranger. We were scary looking to her. I could tell.
Yeah, we scared her.
We scared the shit out of her. She didn't look anything like us either, and she scared the crap out of us too. But she wasn't immediately trying to attack us. No, she backed
she
up.
Was frightened.
She backed up. So it showed me, and of course that was the end of that for me. I snapped out of that one. That shocked us both so much that we both came out of that one.
Yeah, it was very easy to be done with.
Yeah. Yeah, if you lose your focus at any point in time, it's over. And it is a fragile thing, but we're learning. Progress. So, there are other stories that have happened that are not necessarily extraterrestrial, but are very intense and wonderful. And we will share more of our stories with you, but we are going to let you have this one, and then we'll do a tarot reading today as well. I don't know what exactly we experienced in either one of those situations, except to tell you beyond the shadow of a doubt there is life everywhere.
And I believe the
it's not necessarily here to harm you, because both of those things had a chance to harm us and they didn't.
I think the Lotus planet is Brahma-Lok.
I do too. Yes. Now that
the
I've
Pole
actually
Star,
studied
North Star, Brahma-Lok.
Yeah.
You should check that out if you're into astrology.
Yeah.
But
because I didn't know anything about that when I saw it, and then I looked it up.
Realer than
about a lotus petal city, and it's there in the Vedas.
A lotus flower planet. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Brahma-Lok. Real shit.
So
it's all real. Everything's real. Oh my god.
Could
you just imagine it's all real?
Yeah. So we also would love to hear more stories about you guys. And we thank you so much.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you. And I can't wait to come back and hear more and learn more and tell more.
And if you're going to use a gun, make sure you pack rubber bullets.
There you go. Good job.
Non-lethal.
And thank you again. Have a blessed day.